Hey, hey, hey. I just wanted to go ahead and let you see how, I guess the transition has been fully in, The white light is almost down here, you know what I'm saying? But, 555, top of this dawn, 23 on the clock, we went ahead and lit that red blood candle for this blood moon. You know what I'm saying? You know, so just want to share that with y'all and everything. And also, while we're here, confirmation is that we're dealing with Susan over here, okay? My Auntie Susan. And Rosa. See, Susan, these are flowers. These are flowers. 57 on the clock. And these were the first flowers. She was the firstborn. But she was the first flower to be sacrificed. The lily. To be sacrificed through breast cancer. Okay? I believe she had just one cut off. I don't know if it was a double, but I think it was one. But my aunt, right, Aunt Susan, or Auntie, however you guys say it, uh, she was the one who, she was the most beautiful one out of every one of them, too. Out of them, all of seven, four girls, have 4 girls and 4 boys. You know, in the classification of that family being 8 right there, as opposed to it actually being the brother. Okay, Eugene Brown Jr. actually being the brother. Underneath the titles of what is called Eugene, meaning a gene that is supposed to be good. Okay, or the EU, the European gene. All right, however you want to take it. All right, and she was the first one and the prettiest one too. I remember that one. She was the prettiest one. And so when we see the prettiest ones and even the firstborns, even as me mama, she said she was the second rose to come. So they must have said did something in the way she said she coming back in, she gonna take the name and she gonna go ahead and do a double. She gonna complete a double mission. So she completed the mission for the first energy of the Rosas, the Primo Rosas, from our line, and then her own mission, 308 on the clock. So, as this song called Lily Rose, it's a country song, and Susan, she was also the very first one in which, when I came back from Korea, okay, when I came back to Korea, over there you get your clothes made and everything, and I just come to find out right now too, South Korea, of course we didn't go to North. Somebody probably did, you know what I'm saying, who had to pass to go see Jim Keel, Jim Keel, or Jim Keel, or whatever he said his name right now. I'm not trying to mess over, but, not really, it's not my focal point. Jung, I was going to try one more time. Anyways, when I came back, we had got some tailor-made clothes and everything, and like I said, as I just listened to KJ right now, she says she don't even watch movies and TV and all that stuff right now and everything, right? I didn't watch that many either, growing up and so forth and everything. Nah, I was really into being in the day, seizing the day, looking at it, not really seizing it, but just experiencing it, wherever I was at. And at that point, like I said, point in time, the Matrix was out, but I hadn't even heard that much about it, hadn't seen it or nothing like that. And I had got the trench coat, with the same collar, And when I came in to Cleveland to visit, I was wearing it. And her face, like I said, she was the most beautiful out of all of them. Everybody else got jagged teeth, They're not to say any pigmentation of skin is better than or or worse than the other to have or anything, but they do say darker the berry, the sweeter the juice in a general sense, But a lot of people love the copper tone too. You know what I'm saying? The copper tone, and copper people from the sun. You know what I'm saying? So hey, to each his own on all that. But what she did say, and she lit up like a mug too. And I wish I would have paid attention to all the other faces and every time, but no, I was drawn to where her face was looking bright as the sun. This is actually a yellow candle too. And we're going to keep on going. I'm going to talk about the candle stuff in a second too. So what happens is her face lit up like the sun and everything. And she said, Neo, Neo. And I really did not know what they had, nothing about no Matrix, Neo, none of that. None of it. 555 on the clock. I know none of it. Okay. And then she whispers, she goes, "You're the one. He's the one." And then she looked at my mom and they smiled. It was, and because we was just together right there, sitting and everything, and we was talking. And he said, "You the one. He the one." And then my mom, I saw her cheek. She got the big old rosy cheeks, that high cheekbone. Both of them had high cheekbone. And the most beautiful ones too. Even though my mom would go ahead and give it to Geraldine, which she was the very first one that got attacked and sacrificed because of her beauty, and she didn't get. She was young and didn't get him. She gave him the fucking blues. I wish I was there to even see some of that right there in action. But yeah, even so going into, say for instance, when I went to that store this morning, this Superior Soup the Soup IOR supermarket around the corner, 72 on the clock, to go ahead and grab some more. I wanted to grab another yellow candle, and I was going to go and I grabbed my little cereal, and I know peep game on the milk, like what's his name, like Yaki spoke on. Okay, the milk actually depletes our whole sheath in our veins and so forth as it transfers, the fluids. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like fluids like time is fluid, meaning like the liquids, to go into the different parts of the body, digestive, mental, feet, everything, traveling and so forth. So the sheath, in which is, it's like a wrapping around the veins, small and large and everything. That's what the milk does. So that's the reason why they say milk does a body good, because they wanted to kill the body. So even in, I've just only been drinking milk with cereal, and even the cereals are not good and everything. And so I know I even have to upgrade off of that. Okay. Point being is that I went in today, and the only one cereal that I get is really the Rice Krispies, because it's clean. I mean, it's clear, it's light, and so forth, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with no other type of cereal. But all this time, and they've done this with a couple of products at this particular store. With the tortillas, I was getting the wheat, where they went up on that one, of course, Then they went up on all of them all around, and then the cereal, the Rice Krispies and everything. They went up $1 just from the time that I know that I honestly know that it's since I've been going in here and grabbing it, and there are no yellow candles. They have every color in stock, but they didn't have no yellow candles. So why right now? Of course, right now, what I would think would be off the shelf would be the red candles. But because they're paying close attention and shit on illumination, they know that yellow, where we speak come into existence when we burn this yellow candle. Because even though they're taking care of the fields and shit right now, they can't taking care of the fields and everything for our vineyard for us. You understand? For the majority of the most part, they've been taking care of our vineyards for us, whether that be Vietnamese, whether that be Chinese, what's her name? Christy Yamamoto, the ice skater. Well, my youngest brother Damien, she's a relative of that, and they got strawberries up in San Luis Obispo area, or what do you say, up the coast, Central Coast area. Uh, he, I think his name is Kai, the son. I think his name is Kai. I think. No, he might be from Napomo. He got so many children that didn't really, trip on raising stuff like that and everything. But she has a son by him also and everything. You know what I'm saying? The ice skater, relative to the ice skater and everything. So these are the people that's been who had took over under Isaiah 55. It says, "Come, everybody, come on over and eat freely." Okay, so we had the Masons, so now they introduced themselves as the Freemasons and shit. You know what I'm saying? 11 on the clock. And that tower, like I said, back in fucking Route 418, these 11 curtains, represent that. And it just, when you're watching as a watcher, and you see how people be moving, and nouns, persons, places, or things, then it becomes elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson. 11:33 on the clock. You can see where, hey, either they hiding the candle wax, or they're using a generator to produce electricity. And it's not fully coming from that soul of the solar, what we call plexus, in which me and my mom said, rise and shine,